I'd like to take just a couple of minutes and review the training preparation document with you. I've brought it up here in Adobe Acrobat Reader, which you will need to be able to read the document. And it covers a lot of what we talked about in the PowerPoints. A little more detail perhaps, but you can see here that it talks about HTML, defines it for you, gives you some examples of HTML tags and elements, attributes, what an attribute might look like, an overview of structure. We get into cascading style sheets, JavaScript, advanced JavaScript. We didn't call it that in the PowerPoints, but we did talk about it. And also working with what we call Kapow native file formats. And specifically, we're talking about XML, JSON, Excel, CSV, HTTP on web pages, SQL, string concatenation, and regular expressions. Also, we did discuss web services, both SOAP and REST web services. We did not discuss device automation. Basically, that is a new feature, and it works by a robot interacting with a remote desktop and performing actions much like a user on that remote desktop would do manually, but you automate them. And we will get a chance in modules, I believe it's 14, 15, 16, and 17, we'll be working with the new device automation feature, and you'll get actually a chance to set that up. A little bit about CSS selectors, business process modeling, and so forth. Now, what I really wanted to show you is the last page in the document has some extremely helpful resources. Again, if you find yourself a little bit light in terms of knowledge and experience on any of these technologies and you want to expand your horizons a little bit, these are some introductory tutorials on these technologies. And the ones I've checked anyway, I haven't admittedly gone to all of these, but they are free. You know, if you wanted an intro to JavaScript, for example, you can click on a hyperlink here right in the document, and as long as you allow your web browser to open it, here's an introductory JavaScript tutorial, okay? And it goes into what it is and tells you how to write it and actually has you write it and test it and so forth. So lots of good information here. You can see that we have tutorials for HTML, CSS, CSS selectors, JavaScript, XML, JSON, SQL, regular expressions, and SOAP and REST services. Now, there is some information also in the online documentation. So if you go to the user guide, for example, and do a search on, that's via the help menu right in Design Studio, and search on regular expression, you'll get some pages that give examples on how to write regular expressions. These are actual hands-on tutorials here, though, that take a novice user and give you some hands-on experience to, again, expand your abilities and make Kapow easier for you to work with. Okay, so very short demo, like I said. Go ahead with your lab, follow the instructions. We'll have you kind of dig into this document yourself, and I'll see you back in Module 5.